We got 100 cooldown left. That's it. We got to rush to work. We're already pushing it to be a little late. All right, can't talk too much. Got done with that swim. I'll talk more about it when I get home, but I'm rushing late for work right now. Breakfast, 2 eggs, piece of sourdough, PB2, jelly, and 1 banana. Gonna get this down quick and eat this on the way actually to work in the work truck. But yeah, I'll catch y'all in a little bit. Is up, currently on 10 o'clock break at work. Just checking in with y'all. About to pop this Monster Energy drink. So plans have changed a little bit. I meal prepped a rice, chicken, lettuce, queso bowl, my usual, that I would eat for lunch around 12 o'clock. But there's snow coming in now again. You can't get over it. And I'm gonna be doing my bike earlier. So we'll be getting off here in the next probably 30-ish minutes. So instead of eating that big meal before I go and try to hop on my bike, I'm changing around my meals a little bit. I'm going to eat, hold off on that, and then I'm going to eat 2 rice cakes with a tablespoon of honey, which y'all will see, and then my fueling for the bike. And then after that, I will eat my post-bike meal that I had planned, and then just push this meal back a little farther. So I'll probably be eating this meal around 2 p.m. today. 3 p.m. instead of 12, but I'll be eating the meals that I was going to eat around, 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. before lunch, just to have the proper nutrition around my training in terms of the right amount of carbs before, to keep me feeling good during this bike. It's not too hard, but it's an hour long with a couple little intervals in there. And then my recovery meal, which is really carb dense, is an oatmeal bowl, but with some protein and some fruit. Then I'll get into the real moneymaker meals that I love for, second lunch or a late dinner, or an early dinner, and then actual dinner and yogurt bowl. So yeah, I will catch y'all when I get home from work, and then I'll be getting pretty much right on the bike from there, get it done. We are now home from work, and it is currently that time to hit the hour-long bike. I'm gonna throw together some honey on rice cakes. That's really all it is. It's not really throwing anything together. It's just drizzling some honey on a rice cake. So yeah, and then on the bike I'm gonna be eating one of these. I'm subscribed to the 15 Go Gels a month on the monthly subscription, and it's the variety pack, so you get all these flavors. And look at that, that's pretty sick, nicely assorted in there. But today it's mango. It's mango. This water bottle full, 25 ounces of water, 2 scoops of Ecolite electrolytes. Drink that throughout the ride too, just to stay hydrated. Never gets old, man. Never gets old. We're here on the bike now. We are only 2.5 minutes in, so we've got, 57.5 more minutes to go or so. But excited to test out the way this fitment is. Haven't had a long ride on it since I got the fitment done. But yeah, I'll catch y'all halfway through when I'm popping the Go Gel. All right, we're 30 minutes in right now, popping the first Go Gel. Flavor's so good. I said first Go Gel, but it's the only one for this ride. Yeah, I'll catch y'all after we're done. By the way, I wanted to get some cool shots on here with my camera, but it died as soon as I got it down here after those clips of me eating the rice cakes. So the phone will have to do. Luckily, the quality on these new phones aren't bad. post bike meal. Bike went well. Back on the camera. I've got it charging. It's gonna be half a cup of oats, so a serving of oats with like 30 some grams of protein powder. It gets it to about 20 grams of protein, and some apples, 1 apple cut up in there with some honey, and then more protein drip. So I basically dumped half the protein powder in, also some milk. So it's like oat cereal. Half the protein powder in with the milk and the oats, stirred it around, and then made whey drip out of the other half of the protein powder and drizzled it on top. Now there's a method to the madness. You can't stir it too much or the whey drip will just turn into normal protein milk. So you gotta dump it on there after and not stir it too much. But if you do it right, it's gas. Good carbs, good protein, perfect for after a workout. Try it out. It's currently Monday morning. Got a little caught up doing some other things this weekend. Some things just came up, got real busy, busier than I expected. What I was trying to make this video about mainly was navigating training during a work day. A lot of times I'll have a full day. Got a little lucky, if you want to call it that. I'm tired of the snow, so I don't really think I was that lucky, but I got off early. So in the sense of having to work a full day, I got lucky. But I'm a firm believer in, if it matters to you, you will make time. You know, whether that means getting up extra early, whether that means if you're not an early person at all and you don't want to become one, staying up later and getting your work done later instead of watching a movie or hanging out with your friends. If you really want to do something, you will make it work. And that's just true. There are some crazy random things that can come up and make it almost pretty much impossible to get your work done for that day or for a week or whatever it may be. You know, I'm not a super like hardo one. Never miss a workout, no days off, no slack days, and no rest days, nothing. That's not me. But for the gist of it, if you set your mind to something and you set out a plan and you say you're gonna do it, you should try your absolute hardest and you should get it done. And you can get it done. I don't really like waking up at 4:45 in the morning, rolling out to the pool, getting in a pool that's somewhat cold when you first get in, and swimming a lot before I have to go and do manual labor. Now that's not me saying I'm better than you watching this video or better than a lot of people, or, you know, people don't have hard jobs if they're not in construction. That's not at all what I'm saying. But I set in my mind, and I said it out loud to people, that I'm gonna be as good as I possibly can in triathlons and eventually go pro in triathlons. Now, I don't know exactly when that date is, when that time frame is, but I'm putting in everything I can to make that happen. I'm not gonna be the type of guy that says something and then doesn't follow through with it. And also, it's not really for people, it's for me. If I can't keep a promise to myself, how am I gonna keep a promise to anyone else? That's something I've been thinking on a lot lately. But yeah, so woke up early, got my first workout in, got off of work, got my second workout in, the bike ride, and then my evening was mine. You know, I did some active recovery, I did some things like that. I did some TENS recovery, which is like the muscular unit you put on your legs, and it like tenses your muscles up, because my legs were sore from my leg day on Thursday, the day before. And just got it done. I still had time to hang out with friends that evening on a Friday night. I still had time to hang out with my family, do whatever I wanted. So there's little sacrifices you have to make, but it doesn't have to be your whole entire life. I guess my final thing I'll say, I'll come back to, if it matters to you, you will make time. That's just, if you disagree, you're just making excuses in my opinion. Thank y'all for watching this video. Thank y'all for the comments in the previous videos and on my short form content. I really do, like I say, every video, love reading those. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button and liking this video. It really helps me out more than you know, and lets me know that I'm doing something right with this. I need to get more structured videos. That's something I'll put out there. I need to set a day aside and prep for it and make sure I get the clips that I want to get, make sure my camera's charged. This video was kind of thrown together real quick. I didn't really know exactly what I was gonna do, but I will get better at that as I keep going and keep practicing more and more and more. But make sure y'all get y'all's workout in today, no matter how big or how small, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.